Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to be doing my long overdue toenails. I have been dreading this moment, but it is very much so needed. I have an event to go to, therefore we're getting right into it. So I'm going to go ahead and start removing the gel that I have on my toenails. If you watched the last video where I did my toes, I used builder gel on them. I do not remember if I can soak that product off or not. I think you can, but honestly, if I can avoid soaking off any product, I prefer to do so. So I'm going to be simply taking my Efile from Not Polished, and I'm going to be using a 5-in-1 bit with that. I have my speed at 8,000 RPMs. I'm going to be using about medium amount of pressure while doing this process. I'm just going to focus on thinning out that product. I am going to be changing out the color, if you guys noticed by the thumbnail of this video. We're going to be doing like a natural pink, so I need to make sure that I get rid of as much product as possible, specifically because it is white, and the color that I'm going to be laying over is not as opaque as white is. So I'm going to be doing the best I can. So I'm just going to continue to remove that, and then we are going to be prepping the natural nail for the application of our next product. Now do note, because I'm doing my own toenails, it gets a little tricky, so if you're doing it on somebody else, it is going to be so much easier, but I'm trying to remove this product as best as possible without ruining my natural nail. So make sure that you are holding a good grip on that toenail and on that toe and your hand piece. I've had it skip a few times on my toes and it terrifies me every single time because my toenails are very sensitive. Now I am using my dust collector from Kiara Sky as well. I forget how much I love this thing until I use it, so I'm thinking about getting a second one for my salon. That way I don't have to struggle with my clients. The one that I have at my salon is okay, but honestly dust still goes everywhere and I still have to do a ton of cleaning afterwards. And with this dust collector, I feel like I never see dust anywhere else other than on my hands and right on top of the dust collector. And a nice little thing is that I can just simply dust off the excess dust and it sucks it right up, and I don't have to worry about it going everywhere. With the one that I have at my salon, it most definitely still goes everywhere and I still have to do a ton of cleaning. So definitely going to be looking into a second one. If you guys have this dust collector, let me know your thoughts. And if you don't, definitely look into getting one, especially with all the sales going around the holidays. I'm just going to continue to remove that, and then we are going to be prepping my natural nail. Next, I'm going to be taking this mandrel bit and sanding band from Profiles Backstage. I have my speed now at 3,000 RPMs. If you haven't heard it before with the Not Polished E-File, definitely knock it down a smidge. I'm going to be focusing on removing the excess product that I may have left behind. I always feel a little bit more comfortable with this one since it's not as coarse as a carbide bit is. And then I'm just going to be simply buffing off the shine from my natural toenail, also pushing back the cuticle all at once. And then I'm also going to be trimming down any toenails that need to be trimmed. Next, I'm taking this diamond bit and I'm just going to simply go around that cuticle area. This helps me get all that excess dead skin from around that area. And to be quite honest, I absolutely love it because you can also use it on your skin. So if you have any little dry patches or extra dead skin that you don't want to nip off, you can most definitely use this. But I always like to switch over to a ball bit, which you'll see me using in a little bit. But with this one, I'm just focusing on that natural nail and around that cuticle. Now with my cuticle ball bit still at 3000 RPMs on my Efile speed, I'm going to quickly go in and remove the excess dead skin from around my toenails. I prefer to do this specifically on my toes because I get terrified. I can't reach perfectly and I cannot see perfectly on my toes. So I just prefer to do the safer route and use my cuticle ball bit. I love this stuff. You can always use it anywhere that you have little dry patches and you just want to smooth it out. You are good to go with this. Now I'm taking a lint-free wipe and a little bit of Young Nail Swipe, and we're just gonna go ahead and cleanse that natural nail while also dehydrating it all at once. And this is just gonna help remove those excess oils from our natural nail bed. I'm gonna be taking a few different builder gels from Profiles Backstage. This is their BB gel. I absolutely love it. If you've never heard of it, or if you're looking for something that's gonna strengthen your nail and just add that flexibility but still a little bit more sturdiness to it, this definitely, I love it. I've used it on my natural nails on my hands as well, and I really do like it. It's a good base, but you can also kind of build it up a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and mix those two colors, and then I felt like it was still a little bit light, so I'm gonna actually be taking a neon pink and mixing it in there, and I definitely liked that color a little bit better. So we're just gonna go in with a thin layer of that. I did add a thin layer of XXX Bond from Not Polish. I don't know if I typically use primer on my toes, but I figured I would go ahead and do that just in case I would even get any lifting. So that's when I went ahead and mixed in the darker pink, and I love how cute this looks. So I'm just gonna go in with a second layer of that, pop that back in the light. I am curing in between layers for 60 seconds. Make sure you are fully curing that product. And I did go ahead and do 2 layers on all of my toes. Now, if you have any little areas that you couldn't get super close to, or you're avoiding getting it into your cuticle area, I always recommend get a liner brush and a little bit of that product and just glide it onto the surface and you will be good to go. Next, I'm going to be going in with lint free wipe and a little bit of nail swipe. We're going to be removing that tacky layer unless you like the stickiness, but I am just going to go ahead and remove it. That way I can go in and file and not have any sticky dust. That is the worst thing. If you've ever forgotten to take the tacky layer off, you know what I'm talking about. I'm taking my hand file and we're just going to be squaring off that toenail of my big toe. And then I'm going to be doing the sides just a smidge as well, and then the top, because I noticed that I had a little bit of area that was a little bit too thick, so I'm just thinning that out very carefully. Gel does file a lot easier than acrylic, so use very light pressure when doing this, otherwise you're going to have to go ahead and build it out again. I did do minimal filing on the rest of the toes. They were pretty squared off already to begin with. I'm not going to file the surface at all either, so I'm pretty much just squaring off that tip, and then we are good to go. I am very quickly taking my buffer from Not Polish, and I'm just going to buff off that big toe because I did use a kind of coarse hand file. I just want to make sure that it is nice and smooth, cleaning off that excess dust with a lint free wipe and a little bit of young nail swipe. And then we're going to start our nail art application. I haven't done nail art on my toes in so long, so I'm so excited to do some Christmas designs. Christmas time is my favorite. If you didn't know, now you know. I'm going to go in with this neon pink color that I mixed. I'm taking the short liner from Veeda Bella, and we're just going to draw some snowflakes on the big toe. I'm doing a very simple one, and then we're going to be adding some white in there as well, just to make the design pop a little bit more. The snowflakes are my favorite to do. You can always mix and match. You can do them however, and I feel like they just look so cute. Now for the second toe, we're going to be doing a little bit of a French moment. I love Frenchies. I have become obsessed with Frenchies, quite frankly, and it just looks so cute. I feel like it's just like that filler type of nail that looks good with any type of design. So we're going to be doing that on that toenail, and then the fourth toenail. What do we call toes? Do they have names? Let me know in the comment section, because I am at a blank right now. For my third toe, we're going to be doing a striped nail to kind of mimic a candy cane. So we're doing pink lines and then white ones as well, Frenchie again, and then we're actually going to be doing glitter on the pinky toenail, but it's a very fine light shimmer that just added that a little extra touch that we kind of needed in this set. Now this is totally not top coat, but I could not find any shiny top coat at my stash at home. So I don't know what I did with them, but there was none to be found. I found tons of mattes, but not glossets. So I'm gonna need to restock on that. So I ended up just finding this BB gel that I went in with, cured it in the light. We're adding this Christmas Cuticle oil from Profiles Backstage. But that pretty much concludes today's video. Let me know what you guys think down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a ton. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.